it doesn't just eat up material from its surroundings in a straightforward way where the material just shoots straight down into it and then is lost in the black hole forever, but it makes things accelerate and fall into it after doing a dance where that dance makes us be able to see it in a very bright way. The accretion of material and all the acceleration of the material and this is what's emitting the synchrotron radiation and Compton and all these different processes of radiation from the material that's falling into the black hole. So that material falling into the black hole makes it very bright. But also, we have a ton of stars. We have a ton of stars. Not all the same stars. So I'm going to mention, I was talking to you about metal poor stars or the first stars and how stars were not always so metal rich. That's where I got started talking about our own galaxy, because even our own galaxy gives you a glimpse of that, gives you an idea for the diversity of stars that there really is in the universe. So, for example, let me finish the thought of where our galaxy has a ton of luminosity, of course, coming from the galactic center. Some galaxies that we talked about, remember, in a different live called active galaxies, those galaxies, the most brightness from those galaxies, the majority of the luminosity of those galaxies actually come from their galactic center. They have an active galactic nucleus. So those galaxies, that active galactic nucleus is basically competing with the luminosity of everything else put together, right? So when that happens, we call those active galaxies or active galactic nuclei. But when you have a galaxy like our own, which is a spiral normal galaxy, where we have a ton of radiation from the galactic center, but we also have a ton of luminosity coming from all the various stars we have a lot of stars. We have 200 billion stars in our galaxy, if I remember correctly. You can always double check that number. Then we call it just a normal spiral galaxy. We don't call it an active galactic nucleus. And the nice thing is, or the interesting thing is, that even in our own galaxy, we have both metal poor stars as well as metal rich stars. We actually looked at a picture of our galaxy and we saw there were all these different spiral arms, and some parts had the metal poor stars and some parts had the metal rich stars, actually. And so where are the metal poor stars in our own galaxy? In the halo. So our galaxy has three parts. We have the disk, the bulge, and the halo. The bulge has to do with the galactic center. And so I just spent a little bit of time talking about the galactic center already, but the halo is just like this big sphere that's all around our galaxy and goes way far. And that's where you'll find a ton of the older stars or the metal poor stars. So even in our own galaxy, there's all these different diversities, there's all these different varieties of stars and whatnot. And that reminds you that things have evolved a lot. Where we are today, that is not how things always were in the universe. The universe was very radiation dominated in the beginning, then it became more matter dominated, and now it is dark energy dominated. We know that right now the biggest cosmic ingredient, the most abundant, I don't want to say abundant, actually, the biggest fraction of the energy density comes from dark energy, followed by dark matter, followed by ordinary matter. I didn't want to say abundant because sometimes I ask the quiz question on this live, what is the most abundant element in the universe? And by that I mean, what is the most abundant element out of ordinary matter periodic table? And the answer to that is hydrogen. But what I was